a lot has happened also on the portfolio. So we divested assets, and what we received in proceeds over there, we reinvested it in line with our strategy on LNG activities, on new energies, repurposing assets, but also positioning ourselves for the energy infrastructure of the future. So all in all, a lot happening in the company, but very pleased with 23.
Dick, is that work done then, that repurposing of assets and maybe even more strategic divestments? Will you be doing that a little bit more?
I think on the divestment side, the bigger pieces of the divestment side, we've seen and completed that in 22 and 23. I think the repurposing is much more of a continuous process. What we mean with repurposing is basically modifying existing infrastructure. So we have a network in different places around the globe, and we see opportunities to modify existing capacity that we have to cater for some of the new products that the world is demanding. So we're talking here about sustainable aviation fuel, renewable diesel, the feedstocks for those kind of products. You see that our existing locations are in general very well positioned to actually make that change. And we see that it started actually in Los Angeles, it started here in the port of Rotterdam, but we now see it also happening in a country like Brazil, where we're extremely well positioned to take advantage of that position and that demand and trend in the market. Same goes for Singapore, where you see that these biofuels or low carbon molecules are entering the pool of bunker fuels basically. So that demands additional infrastructure and we're very well positioned for that. So that's a continuous process, I would say.
Yeah, Dick, and there's so much to talk about in here as well. I was looking at the return on capital employed, again moving in the right direction. Net interest-bearing debt moving down fairly aggressively as well. So some of the fundamentals look pretty good. Do you have more money to spend? Well, where? Is that on shareholder returns, or actually is it, again, growing these LNG businesses?
Yeah, so the priority for the company, first of all, we're very happy with having a very strong financial position, strong balance sheet, as you say, end of the year, due to the good performance in 23 from a cash perspective. So return on our total portfolio has gone up quite healthy to healthy figures. And what we are focusing on is to stick very close to our strategy, which is we want to grow in industrial LNG and LPG, while also making sure that we find the right opportunities to invest in the infrastructure of the future. At the same time, you see that there's sometimes a bit of a moment that we are receiving the cash and have the opportunity to invest, which will take a little bit of time before we can do that investment. And that's why we find this a very normal and a natural moment also to get back to our shareholders and to say dividend can be increased, while at the same time also let's start a share buyback program, which is a good investment